Good morning and welcome to today's Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Friday the 2nd of March 2018. I'm Darren Sinden and you can follow me on Twitter throughout the day by using @ds_Pepperstone. Right, let's take a look at those overnight changes and price moves to be aware of. A relatively quiet day and overnight session on the world's foreign exchanges, but there are a couple of key points to flag. First of all, the strengthening Japanese yen, 105.82. The yen was trading shortly before we recorded the video. A strengthening yen is suggestive of a risk-off flavour or feeling in the markets, and we'll look at that in a bit more detail later on. Dollar index for its part still above 90, but trading at 90.18, edging ever closer to the round number and well off the highs that we saw earlier in the week. In the world of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is back above 11,047 trading shortly before we recorded the video, up around 8.67% on the week, so not a bad week for the world's leading cryptocurrency. What's on the calendar? Well, it's a pretty packed calendar today, so we'll jump straight in. We've already seen retail sales data out of Germany for January. That's both year-on-year and month-on-month data. And to come, we'll have Spanish unemployment at 8 a.m. GMT. And at 10 past 8, we'll hear from the first of today's central bank speakers, ECB board member Mersch, speaking them. Don't forget that Theresa May will be giving a speech on Brexit today, so that's something to watch out for across the course of the morning. At 9 o'clock, we will hear from Italy, and we'll have gross domestic product there for Q4 2017. At 9:30, we'll have UK PMI construction data for February. And at 10 o'clock, our second central bank speaker in the shape of the Bank of England's Governor Mark Carney. We'll also see at 10 producer price index data for January out of the Eurozone, and then a break for lunch and resumption at 13:30 with GDP from Canada out for the fourth quarter 2017. 13:45 we'll see the release of the ISM New York Index. 1500 the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index, both of those data points for February. And then 3 hours before we see the release of the influential Baker Hughes US oil rig count at 1800 GMT tonight. And if you still have an appetite for macro data and positioning, then at 2030 you can see the CFTC commitment of traders reports across a wide range of individual futures instruments. Right then, breaking news and comment that's caught my eye overnight. Firstly, President Donald Trump has announced steel and aluminium import tariffs of up to 25%. Asian equities, and in particular metal-related stocks, have sold off as a result. US equities had already posted significant losses on concerns of a trade war. Meanwhile, staying in Asia, Japanese unemployment has fallen to a 25-year low of 2.4%. That might sound like good news for the Japanese economy, but actually if you dig a bit deeper, you find that there are a rising number of job vacancies which the falling population is unable to fill. Politics is back in the Eurozone and Europe as a whole. Italy preparing to go to the polls on Sunday. Theresa May, as we have noted, will deliver a Brexit speech today. And German socialists are to decide about the coalition with Angela Merkel and her CDU party. Right then, food for thought and something to take away with you into the trading day and beyond. And why not think about this? Is the market in a risk-on or risk-off mood? Well, one way we can try to determine the mood of the markets is to watch the VIX index relative to its 60-day moving average line. The rule of thumb suggests that if the VIX is trading 10% above the average, then risk-off is the order of the day. This is the close of the VIX last night in Chicago, 22.47 for the index itself. The 60-day simple moving average is around 14.77. Clearly, the VIX is elevated beyond 10% above that moving average, and therefore it would be safe to assume that markets do have a risk-off stance. Right, take a moment please to read the risk warning. Trading CFDs and foreign exchange on margin can be a risky business. If you are in any doubt about those risks, the suitability of the products for you, or the use of leverage, then please do contact your Pepperstone account representative.